Disagree.
I wish I could be on that side. My sensitive self is actually going to stand on strongly agree.
Every time I read a negative comment, I go with that mentality of protect your energy.
I don't know. Would I be neutral? Would I be on disagree?
I'm going to move you as soon as you get there. So go ahead and get there.
Welcome to the Alyssa and Julian Podcast.
I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Julian. And this is
the Alyssa and Julian
Podcast.
That was the weirdest intro, but there's two of us this time.
I was about to say I made it weird on purpose because I'm back and I'm here and I'm not going anywhere for now. I do have some trips planned actually, but for now,
that's crazy.
I'm here.
We were talking about skipping this week because it is currently Sunday as we're recording this.
Father's Day.
Our podcast gets uploaded on Monday. Oops. So we're literally about to record, edit, and schedule so you guys could see this. So we were going to talk about skipping it. Like Julian just said, it's also Father's Day. So I wasn't going to make him sit and record this if he didn't want to, if he had,
I already had a week off, so I was like, I could sit and talk to the folks for an hour and let them know I love them and I miss them.
Hey, so we do have a podcast. I'm just letting you know it is 9 p.m. on Sunday, and this gets uploaded 10 a.m. Monday. So,
and we normally record for an hour.
Yeah, so we're going to be in that 12-hour time frame of when this goes up. Anyways, what's your intention for the week?
Oh, shoot. I didn't even think about that.
All right, I'll go first.
Yeah, you go first.
Mine's super simple.
Go for it.
I want to come up with video ideas. Yay! I recorded 2 videos and had 2 uploads within a week of each other. Mm-hmm. That's kind of crazy for me. If you know, you know.
That is crazy for you. I did do a Father's Day vlog kind of today. I don't know how much I have. I don't really have much, but we're going to turn it into something. So I will have that video coming, don't know when, hopefully sometime this week. So that'll be fun. And then I want to come up with video ideas that I can plan and record, and basically just planning to record and when I can get it uploaded. I know the other 2 I just uploaded, I had for a little bit. I had for a couple weeks, I want to say, before I actually sat down and edited them. Yeah. I'm actually gonna steal yours. So
a brainstorm.
Here's my problem. Well, not a problem. It's actually a good problem to have. I haven't recorded a YouTube video in over a month.
That's wild.
But I've been dropping videos because
you have a lot to drop but haven't recorded. That's goals.
I haven't recorded since end of May. No, early May. It was mid-May. That's my final answer. And it's now mid-June and I haven't touched my camera. The reason for that is I had videos lined up for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I'm catching up on all the recordings I had and I'm putting them out. So I want to get some new video ideas so I can actually record, because I want to get ahead again. That felt really good to not have to record and keep recording. It felt like a hamster wheel kind of. So it was kind of cool to have extra videos done.
I feel you, because I did that recently with the 2 videos I just did, because I recorded those in the same day. Mm-hmm. So having both, I uploaded one and then I still had the other one that I can edit and put out and kind of give myself time, and they wouldn't be too close together, but they'd be uploaded at a reasonable time, I guess you could say. So yeah, I feel you.
I think it's very fitting that we're talking about YouTube for our question of the week. I mean, not for our question of the week. Jeez, for our intentions of the week. Because
we're not there yet.
Sorry.
Streaming platform: Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music,
Google Podcast.
That was
here
weird.
for
I had to say it last week.
Let's go. Actually, Google Podcast is probably going to fall apart now, though.
Why?
Because YouTube Music is now hosting podcasts on there. So if you're listening to this on YouTube Music, big shout out to you.
YouTube Music? What is that?
YouTube has its own music app.
What?
Yeah, they shut down the gaming app. I thought they were going to shut down the music app. They used to have a dedicated gaming app, a dedicated music app. They only have the music one now. I thought they were going to shut the music one down, but apparently not. Apparently I was wrong about that. I don't know where I heard that from. But anyway, so now they have the YouTube Music app is going to have podcasts in it. So my theory is people are going to watch on YouTube Music rather than Google Podcasts, because not many people even really use Google Podcasts that I know of.
I would agree, but that's so sad. Are you going to stop saying Google Podcasts, or are you still going to say it?
I don't know.
We'll see you in the week.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. We'll watch analytics. We'll see how it goes. I don't know.
It's awful. All right. So
on the bright side,
Julian,
before we go into it though, on the bright side, YouTube viewership might go up because it's on YouTube Music.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as Julian was just about to spoil, he had said that it's a good thing we're talking about YouTube and our intentions, because the topic for today, I thought it'd be cool to take this. I took it from your boy David Alvareezy on YouTube. If you know, you know.
My guy.
He had one of those what would you call them? Like lineup videos? What do you call them? Is that the name for them?
They're like agree to disagree video. Or not? No, they're not agree to disagree. Is it agree to disagree?
I don't know. I don't know what to call them.
Well, they know if you haven't seen it.
So David has his videos where you line people up on a line, read off a thing, and you either agree, disagree, strongly agree, strongly disagree.
Let me get more descriptive because I want to do this for my audio listeners. There's 5 lines out there. One's strongly disagree. Then there's neutral, then there's agree, and then strongly agree. And you could stand on any of those 5 lines to answer how you feel about the prompt that's given. So, for example, if I said YouTube is a great platform, I would stand on agree or strongly agree. I would just walk to the line, stand on the line, and then afterwards I would explain why I'm standing where I'm standing.
Yes. So, David has that video on YouTube. It was a really great video. I decided to kind of take his video. I have, this is the Do All YouTubers Think the Same? I took, not that title, the title, but I took a couple prompts that he gave, and I thought it'd be fun to turn it into a podcast.
Yeah, let me go stand on my line. Hold on, I'll be right back.
And I are gonna pick our lines and explain how we feel about it. I thought it'd be interesting for the podcast because Julian's been on YouTube forever. I haven't been on that long, but coming from the backgrounds that I do have, like experience, the little experience I do have, I feel like
you've been on for almost 5 years. That's not little experience.
I can still kind of give an input. You feel me?
You've been on YouTube for 4 years though. That's a lot of experience.
I guess so.
That's a decent amount. Like that's more than a lot of people probably even watching this right now. Like they may have been watchers, but they haven't been making videos for 4 years.
True.
That's considered a long time. 10 years is ancient. Like you're like, bro, why are you even
ancient and then some?
Why are you still doing this?
So what are you considered?
That's what I'm saying. Ancient. I mean, I've been 10
dinosaur.
Years. Yeah, literally. Like why? Like bro, why are you still trying? Kind of. But no, I'm just
all
kidding.
right. So I'm gonna give the little topics. We could say, I guess, I never even thought of like the whole line situation, but we can say what we feel and then kind of like explain why we picked that. So the first one I have is views affect my mood.
If you talked to me a few years ago, I'd be on agree, like almost strongly agree. Now I'm on disagree.
Really?
Yeah. If a video flops, I'm like, dang, that sucks. Because my most recent video actually didn't do as well as I'd like to see. But I wasn't like I literally vividly remembering myself looking at the view count and going, dang, that sucks. Like, all right. Like, and I realized in my head in that moment, like, wow, this is a shift for me. I used to be really upset about these things. Like, they used to really bring me down. Because I had a very like rough history on YouTube where like I had a high amount of views in my gaming niche, and then out of nowhere they kind of tanked on me. Well, I shouldn't say out of nowhere. They were kind of going down consistently, and they got to the point where I was really just not performing well at all anymore, and that really like affected my mood. But now, like with starting over and everything, I think that what matters to me most is if I put my best out there for my video, then I feel okay. If I know I took my time, I did the best edit I possibly could with it, I gave it the TLC it deserved, then I'm chilling.
I feel like we kind of had the same explanation, I guess you could say, but I feel because of that, I would put myself almost on like somewhere in between like neutral and agree. Because I feel like if I had a really good video, if I spent a lot, like not a lot of time, but if I put time into this video and I thought it was really good and I'm so excited to put it out there, I finally post it and it doesn't get the views like I thought it would get. I feel like I would kind of get upset because of the fact that like I put the time, like you just said, the TLC into it. I took the time I needed.
But I guess, yeah.
I took the time I needed, and like I feel like I would almost be, me being me and like my sensitive side would just feel like people didn't appreciate it as much as I thought they would. Like they might like the video, but I thought like in my mind they'd be like, oh, I thought I would do so much better, blah blah blah. So I feel like it would kind of affect it. But I feel because I'm also thinking of like a standpoint of I don't have that many videos out there, and I also have like some have really big like time in between when I posted them because like I've been on and off with the YouTube thing.
Yeah.
I feel those are kind of there for you to just go and see because I didn't have anything new. But now that I have a few more new ones up there and the old ones and just like so many different Q&As. I have the pregnancy ones. I had like regular video. I don't know what I would consider a regular video, but like regular videos. I feel, I don't know, coming back, I don't want to say like I expected a lot of views, but I don't know. I feel like views at that point just kind of showed like who was waiting for you, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I thought of that. And then I was like, I don't really have a lot of videos out there. So like, I don't know what I want to expect from views. Like I don't have that many subscribers. And like, I know people watch like not subscribed. So like subscribers versus views, you can't really compare.
Right. Well,
so I feel like because of my subscriber count is like on the lower end, if I get like 100 views, I'm like, oh my God, that's like half my subscribers. Like that's amazing. That's a lot of views. And then like the more it climbs, I'm excited. But like, I feel I'm at the point where if I just hit like a certain number, I'm like, oh my God, like people like my videos.
We're both addressing our personal channels. How about the reaction channel views? Do they affect you at all?
I thought of that too, because I know some videos, I know people will like the person, so to speak, sometimes because even though they like the person, the video doesn't do like the greatest. So sometimes I don't know what to expect. I know some videos I know will go through the roof. Some will be like, okay, like we have views, but it's not like a good, I don't want to say good. It's not as much as like other people. It kind of depends on who we're reacting to. But there have actually been some videos where I thought when we put them up, like they'd go crazy, and they didn't really go as crazy as I thought. So I don't know. Reactions are hard.
It didn't affect me. I'm gonna tell you why. I don't know if you guys have been here hanging out on the podcast for a while. If you've been here for a while, you're gonna be so proud when you hear this. A few months ago, I had an intentional week to turn off my comments, notifications on my YouTube Studio app. I wanted to separate myself from YouTube. I was too attached. I can literally see a reaction video go up and forget we even posted and not look at YouTube Studio until like the next day. There have been days like that where like I look and I'm like, yo, that video popped off. I didn't even notice. Or there've been days where like, wow, that really flopped. And then I'm like, all right, time to record. I just think we record reactions so often too that it like numbers fluctuate so much because of the creators and the people who watch us only want to watch us for certain creators. They don't want to watch everybody.
Yeah.
I think the numbers just fluctuate so much that I don't want to say I don't care anymore, because I do care about views, obviously, like you have to as a YouTuber, but it doesn't affect my mood when a reaction video flops. And I think also because my heart isn't tied to that. Like I didn't really like put my blood, sweat, tears into like crafting this awesome, video. Like someone else might have too. You know what I mean?
I feel like I don't, like I said, it depends on who we upload, who we're reacting to. They do fluctuate depending on who the person is. We do have some that perform better than others. Some that are, they do some numbers, and then some that people watch it, but it's kind of, I guess, to us on the lower end. We've like, 'cause noticing how many we usually average, we can kind of tell. I do like to check kind of throughout the night, depending on how late we upload. And then the next day, just seeing how it performs, because I like to watch it grow. Sometimes I don't really care so much on what the number says or what the number's at. I do like to see, last time at this time, I looked and it was at this many, and now blah, blah, blah hours later, it's at this many. Like, I do the same thing with every video. I do the same thing with my videos, the reactions. Like, we talk about yours, we talk about shorts. Watching shorts grow is also really fun because those go crazy sometimes. Like, I feel like I also like to watch it because it blows my mind how fast the numbers can climb.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't grasped onto that concept that in literally an hour, you never know.
So what if that number doesn't grow, though? Does that affect your mood if that number doesn't grow?
I feel it depends on the video. Like, if I put
you're more towards agree or neutral.
I probably am. Like, I'm somewhere between. I don't think I'd ever be on like disagree, because I'm definitely not at the point where I'm just like, yeah, put this up. I know it's gonna do all right.
So in David's videos, at the end, they allow you to like change your answer or like keep it the same. So would you change your answer? Like, what's your final standpoint? Where
I am between neutral and agree.
I think I'm actually gonna move back over. I was on agree, but I'm gonna move back to neutral.
No, you were on.
I was on agree. I mean, I was on disagree.
Oh, so
I was on disagree, but I'm gonna move back to neutral because
welcome to the dark. No, I'm just kidding.
the reason why I'm gonna go back to neutral is because there are those videos where I do like, it's not like I'm down all day, but I do think like, dang, that sucks. Like, I worked really hard on that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right.
That's where I was at. Like, I know there's gonna be videos where you're just like, dang.
That sucks.
I did so well. Like, that video was better than I thought it would come out, or I did this and I never thought it would get to that, and I'm not getting as much love. Okay, next one is being a YouTuber is harder than a 9 to 5. See, I like this question because Julian doesn't work a 9 to 5 anymore. He is self-employed, but he was a 9 to 5 worker and a YouTuber, and now he's just not just a YouTuber. He does other work, but like I said, he's self-employed, so it's different. He doesn't have someone making his schedule for him, where I work a 9 to 5 and trying to come back to YouTube. All right, well, you think I'm gonna start?
Yeah,
I would be on.
Someone's gonna hate my answer, bro.
I would agree.
9 to 5 is harder.
No. YouTube's
harder than being a 9 to 5?
5. Yes.
Really? I'm surprised that you'd say that.
See, I actually had to think about this one because I thought of it in a standpoint. Julian didn't put his laptop on do not disturb. Anyways, I would say working a 9 to 5 job. Okay, so I thought of it in a standpoint of I still work a 9 to 5. I'm really not on YouTube that much. So on my personal experience, I would say a 9 to 5 is harder because that's kind of the only job I was doing, if that makes sense.
I'm so confused.
But listen, I thought of it in the aspect of a YouTuber. And a lot of, like, because not a lot of YouTubers only did YouTube. Some did a job and then either did it on the side or went and turned it into a career. So I thought of it in the YouTuber aspect, and a lot of people left a 9 to 5 and like YouTube better, and that's what they do. But I thought of it as YouTube it's not easy. Like, you have to like think of video ideas. Like, literally my intention this week was to just think of ideas. Like, thinking of ideas is hard, period. That right there is difficult, but you have the whole thinking of videos, recording, editing. People who have brand deals have to go through the brand. You have to get it approved and be able to upload. Like, some people have to upload late because the brand hasn't approved. And I feel like every little aspect, like, I'm not at that point where I have all that going on, but I know like the YouTubers we watch do. So thinking of that, like, that's pretty difficult. Like, that's a lot of work.
I'm tempted to go opposite of you for the debate reasons, but I do agree that being a YouTuber is harder than a 9 to 5. The reason why I say being a YouTuber is harder than 9 to 5, kind of like what you said, but adding to that, it's really hard to predict people. And I think that that idea of being a YouTuber is so lost. That idea of, hey, I'm predicting what a person is going to do. I'm working hard to make this thumbnail to say, hey, click on this video. I don't know if you're actually going to click on that thumbnail. I don't know if you're actually going to respond to this video idea that I have. A lot of it is a guessing game. I mean, it's educated guesses, but a lot of it is a guessing game. And when you go to work at a 9 to 5, a 9 to 5, there is no guessing involved. It's you go, here's what your list of, job responsibilities are. You do them and you go home. So that idea of unpredictability, and I think the whole career path is just loaded with unpredictability. I consider myself very versatile and I can adapt to most situations, which is why I think it works well for me and my lifestyle. I find 9 to 5s boring. So the reason why I had a hard time picking this is because I was thinking of the emotion of hating a 9 to 5 and having to go deal with it. But even through hating it, a 9 to 5 could be so mindless depending on what it is. It could be so mindless that you're working on YouTube while you're there. And there were many days where I was coming up with video ideas at work, watching tutorials while I was at work. So it wasn't that the job was harder. I just didn't want to be there. I wanted to be doing other things. But when it comes down to the legwork of YouTube, I find YouTube to be harder. And that's why not everyone can do it, because it is harder and it requires commitment.
Wait, so you're agreeing that YouTube's harder?
I think YouTube is harder. I say YouTube's harder. And the only argument I had against that, which is why I'm only on agree and not strongly agree. The only argument I had against that is because being at a 9 to 5 when you don't want to be sucks. And
oh my God,
that
that's
makes
the
it
worst.
drag. That makes it hard.
That's the worst.
That's the only thing keeping me from strongly agree.
Because then you're at the point where you're sitting there and you have nothing to do. It's slow. You're done with what you have to do, but you still have time before your shift ends. And you're like, wow, like I could be spending this time working
editing
on YouTube, working
There's
on
so
something.
many days. There were so many days that was like that for me. There were so many days where I wish I could have brought my laptop. There were days where I did bring my laptop to work, and I probably shouldn't have, but I did. And I worked on videos like in the back.
I've had those problems where I'm at work and like, because I've been going throughout the day, like I'm at that like point where I'm just like, okay, like what's next? Now I'm in the zone. Like, it's like one of those things where like you get in the zone and like you want to keep going with something. So when I finish what I have to do for the day almost, and there's not as much, you start to lose momentum. And then I also have a long drive to and from work. So the drive kills me. So at work, I'll be like super motivated and be like, okay, well, I could be home. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. And then I lose momentum by the time my shift's done. And then especially with the drive that I have, I get home and I'm like, yeah, it's all gone. Like, talk to me a couple hours ago and I would have been like, yo, we could record these reactions and do this podcast and do this, and I'll edit this really quick and I'll do this. Like, I'll have so much lined up, and then I get home and I'm like, do we have to do that right now?
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Like, it really sucks to know that like you have so much you want to do, and then like you finally get time to do it, or you're at the point where it's like, okay, well, now is when I would get this done. And you're just like, dang, like if I had what I had like an hour ago, we'd be beasting through this.
All right. So at the end of it, do you want to change your answer at all?
I'm on agree.
You're sticking on agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna stay on agree.
All right, next one. Comments get to me.
Disagree.
I wish I could be on that side. My sensitive self is actually going to stand on strongly agree.
I used to let them get to me.
I want to get there, but I'm not.
Shout out to my guy, man. He already knows the saying, protect your energy.
I mean, I do love that.
Protect your energy.
I'm not.
And ever since I started, I every time I read a negative comment, I go with that mentality of protect your energy. Because I used to get into full on back and forth. And that was the thing. They never got to me in a way where I was just like, oh my goodness, I'm going to go cry now. It was more so like, yo, you're an idiot. Let me like prove you wrong. You know what I mean? Because I'm the guy that like, I will go back and forth with you about these things. mainly because I just care, and I probably shouldn't. Like a lot of times, like there are people on the internet who will bother you just to troll you, type of thing.
I never understood that.
And like I care enough to take time and say, hey, it's not really like that. Like let's talk about it.
And they're like, I don't want to talk about it.
A lot of people don't like that. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. A lot of people will actually just say things just to get to you.
They want to say you're wrong just to have the final word.
Just to say that, right. And I used to do a lot of back and forth with those types of people, and I had to learn to not do that. So for negative comments, I just don't reply. I got to the point where I just don't reply. Some people say to delete them. I'm not on that wave because I think that I don't want to like act like, you're silencing people if you're deleting comments, but I think that everyone has a ability to state their opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I leave negative comments there because maybe someone else feels that way. And if a lot of people feel that way, maybe there's something I do need to check, and maybe there's something I do need to look into and understand. But if it's only one person, and it's especially if it's something like, I think bad comments will even bother me more if it's not about me. Like if it was about you or him, like that would probably bother me more than one's about me. I don't really care. Like there's nothing you could really say to me to like hurt my feelings at this point.
I am just a little sensitive Nelly over here. So like little things will get to me probably more than they should. I had not hate comments. I had comments the other day that were trying to come from me, and I must have just been like, in a good mood or something, because I actually found them funny rather than like hate.
Which is good.
So, cause I posted a short, it was on a short on my channel from one of the videos I just posted. And if you watched, I think it was in my vlog video, I tried to set my camera up on like a makeshift tripod and it fell, and I was telling that story, and I used part of that as a clip for my short, and I went to title it saying YouTube doesn't want me to come back, and I typed, I don't know if it fixed it for some reason. I don't know what happened. I didn't notice it when I published it, but it says YouTube doesn't wanna me instead of want me. So someone commented and was like, you can't even spell, get off YouTube. And I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, I sit here and talk to a camera. Like, what does spelling have to do just because I messed up a word in my title? Like, I'm not sitting here writing as my, like, job per se on a YouTube video. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, it really was like, I was like, what? But, so I just kind of moved on. So I kind of laughed at it. So I was like,
Short form content by far has the worst comments, which
I don't get it.
Is again, it's like
a 30-second video and you're taking this to comment on. I have a whole 12-minute video you could have attacked, but whatever.
That takes too much of their time. 30 seconds, they're gonna watch it and be like, bah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything else besides I'm just a sensitive type, so they'll always get to me, whether it's something dumb like that. It didn't get to me, but like I still was like, oh dang, like you had to point that out. Making me embarrassed that I messed up my title. But yeah, so I'm gonna stick with strongly agree over here. I wish I could be on the other side, but I'm not there yet. Maybe one day I will.
Real quick, too.
Today's not that day.
YouTubers, if you're a YouTuber and you're watching this, feel free to play along in the comments. Like, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. And you could just number it 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that was the third.
That was the third, so.
I only have 5 because I figured with both of us talking, this would go pretty long. So I only have 5, so number them as you go. So the 4th one is taking someone else's video idea is wrong.
Neutral.
I would be on disagree.
Well, okay. Here's my reasoning. I'd actually almost move to agree. Well, okay. No. It depends on how you do it.
That was my point too.
There are so many YouTubers now who like plagiarism is a big issue on YouTube. Like people are literally taking thumbnails, pasting themselves on like the same exact looking thumbnail as everyone else, and just almost like literally not even taking a new shot, just kind of like photoshopping themselves on the thumbnail almost. Like it looks like it. Mm-hmm. Again, it's fine. Like it's what gets the clicks. Well, actually it's not fine. it's not fine at all. But people are doing that. Then you have other people who are literally going and doing the exact same video with the exact same story beats in the exact video. That's even worse. That's so scummy, man. Like, if you are copying someone's video, and I've even seen it as extreme as people stealing shots, literal shots from one video, like someone else's video, and putting it in their video and acting like it was them who did it. Like, bro, what is that? Like, again, I'm small, and I will if it requires me stealing from someone else to get big, I will be small for the rest of my entire life on YouTube. I will never get big. If it requires me to steal from other people to get there, then I will never get there. Now, there is a good way to do it.
About to block me from picking up this
Oh,
drink.
no,
And I was
no.
like, why can't I have a drink?
No. There is a way to do it properly. And if you have a chance, read Steal Like an Artist. Steal Like an Artist does well. There's a free version on YouTube. I hesitate to say it because I don't want to promote plagiarism, but like some people can't actually afford books. Go to the library too. You could go to the library. But it is fire trucks out here don't want me to talk. There's a free version on YouTube, or you could go to the library, rent it, read it. That is how you steal. There's literal guidelines that will take you from plagiarism to originality, all off of just stealing content. You can go from being a what is the word? A plagiarist? Is that like a word?
I didn't know
You can
that's
go
a
from
word.
plagiarizing someone to literally becoming original if you steal the right way. And that is what Steal Like an Artist teaches you. You don't just straight up copy something word for word. You take it and mold it into your own thing. And there are a lot of efficient ways to go about it that I'm not going to bore you with today. But
That's a TED Talk for another time.
it is. There are people who don't take the extra step. Those people who don't take the extra step to go, and I'm very passionate about this, guys, so I'm sorry if I'm boring you with what I'm saying about this stuff. But those people who don't take the extra step to separate themselves and be different, but still get rewarded for it, just drives me insane, bro. Like, again, I have a full on, like, I have examples I could literally show you. And I think I have shown you some
I think you have.
of people just straight up copying on YouTube.
Yeah,
It's
I feel like
awful,
you've
bro.
Definitely showed me some videos. See, it's funny because I didn't even think of that. I didn't think of the whole plagiarizing side. I was on disagree because I thought of the fact that a lot of people do the same type of videos.
Yeah.
Depending on the people you watch, you see a lot of people doing kind of the same stuff, especially if it's a trend going around.
Yeah.
You'll see everyone on YouTube doing it. I don't really think it was, well, I didn't really think it was wrong because of the fact that you watch so many different people. So everyone has their own make and twist, and
Yeah.
no one makes the same video. Like, it's not
Right,
like you're going to
right.
watch it and be like, okay, this was just like this. This was just like this person. So I didn't think it was bad because I was like, oh, like, I like to see different people's takes on this one thing.
Right. That's good.
So, but the way you just said that, I feel would kind of put me to neutral.
Well, that I'm telling you, that's why I'm on neutral, because
I get it.
for what you're saying, I like it for what you're saying. Trend hopping, trend jacking, like that's
It looks like fun.
excuse me, that's how people grow on YouTube these days. That's what people do. That's what, like, take small YouTubers to big YouTubers, hopping on trends early and getting themselves in recommended. That is how you get, new viewers. Where it gets tricky though is where you're just straight up stealing. That's where the problem comes in. And if you're not adding anything new to the space, then it's like, why are you even doing this? That's why anytime we do a reaction video, I'm not just sitting there watching the video. I'm trying to add valuable information, valuable emotion. I'm trying to talk about a lot of behind the scenes stuff that, like, the average person wouldn't realize if they were making, if they were just watching the video. I like to give more information than that, because if I'm giving you some insight, some background, right? You're learning something. you're like, wow, I'm actually getting value out of watching this video. If I'm just doing a reaction, like what's the point of me just sitting there watching the video saying absolutely nothing? The only time I do that is if I'm watching a music video because I want to hear it all the way through and then give my thoughts afterwards. But again, it's still you watching to hear the value I have afterwards. You know what I mean? And I think that if we just go into our YouTube videos, anybody, if you're making YouTube videos, just go in it with the mindset of, am I adding value to my viewer? By doing this, I think you will find yourself in a new space, in a new creative space. And that's kind of where I'm trying to get to, but it's harder. It's easier said than done, but it just takes a lot of extra work, you know?
Fair.
And it is very rewarding at the end. I'm going to stay on neutral.
I think I'm going to move to neutral because you did definitely bring out that point that I wasn't thinking of, which now is like, yeah, don't do that. I wouldn't go on agree, but I don't really
I wouldn't go on agree either.
Disagree anymore.
Yeah.
I might be in the middle, but I think I'm going to move to neutral.
Word.
All right, I got one more. Let's flip the page.
Uh-oh.
Looking at this page of like this, it's so long. There looks like there's so much, but so we're going to end this one kind of on a lighter one, I guess. It's not really it's obviously discussional, but YouTube is stressful.
I'm going to add one after this.
Okay. What would you say to this one?
YouTube is stressful. Mm-hmm. It's hard because it depends on the person. I think I'm going to go with agree.
I would go agree.
I'm going to go with agree only because of the way you have to keep up and keeping up with the changes of YouTube, keeping up with the changes. I don't think it's the YouTube thing of being stressful. I think it's just the online internet media content creation itself is just stressful. I think the reason why we say YouTube is stressful though is because that's our outlet and that's the media outlet we chose. But I would argue that any social media app that you try to grow on, if you want to be good at it and you're not just putting crap out, it's stressful. Seriously.
I mean, that's a fair point.
Seriously. And I mean, again, there's a way for it to not be stressful with you putting out great stuff, but that comes later on when you can have a team and have people to take the, load off a little bit. So I'm not on strongly agree because there's an aspect of it where it's like, I love this thing and this is my everything. So I'm doing it because I love it, not because I have to. Because I could easily just go get a job somewhere, and I believe in myself enough to know like I could go get a 6-figure job doing something that makes me a lot of money, and I'd be pretty decent at it, and I'd be fine. I wouldn't have any stresses in life other than just doing my job, right? But that's not what I want to do.
Right.
That's not where I want to be. I'd rather struggle and scrape by and work hard to get scrape by to make sure that I can do what I love and be the YouTuber I love rather than just do something for the money, because I'm more of a creative and I'm discovering that about myself. Side note, actually, I used to think back in the day, only art class would make me, was like a creative thing. Like if you're good at art class, you're creative. That's what I used to think. Now I learned that there's so much to creativity. So schools, just because a person can't draw, can't paint, can't color in the lines doesn't mean they're not creative.
Can't color in the lines.
I'm just saying, bro, that was me. I couldn't color in the lines.
See, I was going to go on agree as well because it definitely can be stressful. This is another thing where it's a fair point that you brought up with like keeping up with it. I think that everyone keeps up with it, but I also thought of it as a like personal thing. Obviously now that I'm trying to come back, I was saying that the last time and I definitely did not keep up with it. I definitely want to try, but it's super stressful because still going back to my intention, like I have to sit and come up with ideas. Like what am I, like I want to keep up with it, but like what am I going to record to keep up with it with?
Yeah.
And what am I going to record that my viewers are going to like to see or what they want to see or what do I want to do? Like that whole thing, like that within itself is super stressful, but I feel like at the end, like when you actually come up with that idea, record it, edit it, post it, like all this stuff, everyone's viewing it, commenting how they feel, like they love it and what all this stuff. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
So the outcome is, I feel, just makes it all so much better, makes it all worth it. But I feel the process on the in-between, definitely super stressful.
I also, it's hard because I feel like people make it more stressful on themselves. And I'm one of those people who can make it more stressful, because while comments and things like that don't really get to me, feeling like I didn't make a good video gets to me.
That's
a
tough one.
And that's where I'm like, ooh, I have to make sure I'm satisfied with what I'm putting out. And I get caught sometimes in the comparison trap of like, yo, how did they get such good quality? And then I go out and I spend all this money buying that thing that, will help me get that good quality. But guess what? I don't know how to use it like they did. So I can't get that same good quality. And then I'm disappointed now because I'm like, why doesn't my video look as good as that? And, that's the level that I'm trying to get to now, where I'm like, okay, it may not look like that yet, but I just need to learn more.
It's going to get there.
It's going to get there, but it takes time. It takes patience. It takes learning and commitment to getting better. And everything I do, I try to make sure I'm learning and getting better at the skill, which takes away a lot of the stress of, man, I'm not good enough. Because that's where most of the stress lies in. If you are stressed out about YouTube, it's because you feel like you're not good enough at it. And I've had enough time of feeling like I'm not good enough at it. I'm at the point now where I'm just walking in my greatness. I feel like I fully believe in my ability, and I'm just going to walk in it now until I get there. Interesting.
So would you change your answer?
No, I'm sticking with agree.
Sticking with agree, baby. What's the one you want to add in?
YouTube is the best social media platform. I said that one earlier, and I was like, oh, we probably should add that. I thought you had it, but no, I had it.
Huh.
I'll change it around a little bit. YouTube is the best social media platform for creators.
I
agree. Actually, strongly agree. Screw that.
Really?
Strongly agree.
I
Yeah.
think
Strongly
I would
agree.
go. Oh my God, I don't know. See, so tell me where I would end up.
Okay.
I would agree, because
Okay.
a lot of people do really well on YouTube. They grow really well. They're doing their thing, living their life. Like, that's their career. That's what they wanted to do. That's what they're there. That's great. Personally, I love to go on there just to watch videos, have them on in the background. Like, that's my go-to. Like, my go-to is YouTube.
Yeah.
But I feel there's also a lot of people that have done really well and made it really far on TikTok. I feel like a lot of creators were on TikTok for the longest time. Granted, COVID, that's where a lot of people, not a lot of people, I don't want to say everyone started there, but a lot of people said during that time that was just, they were uploading. Like, you heard a bunch of people say TikTok was their platform.
Walk to a spot.
I don't know. Would I be neutral? Would I be on disagree?
I'm going to move you as soon as you get there. So go ahead and get there.
I don't know where
I got one word for you that's going to change it.
I'm going to say neutral.
You're going to stay neutral? Okay, I'm going to move you to agree right now. Guess what I'm going to say?
What?
I'm going to move you to either agree or strongly agree.
Because?
Money.
But people make money on TikTok.
No, they don't.
Really?
No, they don't. They don't.
But what if they're only on TikTok? They're still making money.
People who get 10 million followers is equal to about 100,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Really? I don't know.
Money. Short form content.
But a lot of people are also doing it for money.
Like what?
I don't know. Like, some people are doing it for money, but I feel like a lot of people that started or all this stuff wasn't really in it for the money at first. The money is a great aspect of it all.
You don't make money as a short form creator.
But people weren't on it for money.
No, they weren't on it for money. They did it because they loved it.
I think I'm going to stay neutral.
You're going to stay neutral?
I'm going to stay neutral.
Okay. All right. So
he's just going to come up with all these things to make me change my mind.
no, because I'm going to explain to you why I'm not neutral. I'm going to explain to you why I'm strongly agree. All right. Let me give you this work right here, right now. Twitch sucks. Complete dumpster fire right now. They are all over the place, all in controversy. You don't know what's going on with them. Kick is a good one, possibly going to make moves in the future. We don't know what's going to happen.
People have been talking about it.
They're a gambling site. They're
Really?
backed by a gambling site, and a lot of their money comes from gambling, which allows them to pay creators. But the feds are going to hit them hard, and I'm not sure what that's going to look like after the feds get through with them. So I'm watching that out. No, I'm so serious.
The way you just said
I'm so serious. It's true. It's true. Like streaming sites, when they blow up like this and get a lot of attention, they start to, get regulated more by the government. So you have to watch that. Facebook, no one.
I didn't even know Facebook was really a thing.
Yeah, nobody really messes. I mean, Instagram Reels and Facebook kind of go hand in hand. I don't know enough about
like
Facebook.
Instagram Reels better than Facebook, mostly because I'm not really on Facebook.
Facebook is coming back though. Facebook is starting to really pay creators well. So I would
Really?
almost put them like B tier at this point to make content. Instagram, it's iffy, man. I don't know.
Get paid on Instagram.
What happened?
You saying you can get paid on
Yeah,
Instagram?
Instagram Reels could pay you.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Instagram Reels also go on Facebook, so a lot of stuff like
Unless you connect it, right?
no.
I think you have to connect it because my Reels don't go on Facebook.
I think you have to just hit allow or something like that. I don't know how that works.
Don't allow.
I don't really put Reels up, so I don't really know. And then if you go to TikTok, the problem with TikTok is it got really oversaturated really fast. And like I said, they just don't pay their creators well enough. So it's hard to make a career on TikTok. And you see people with like 1 million followers, like, all right, back to my day job.
I mean,
and 1 million followers just sounds like a lot.
it does a
know what
lot.
I mean?
Imagine 1 million people in a room.
Yeah, that's what I'm
when
saying.
you think of numbers, just imagine that amount of people in a room.
But imagine
Like, that's crazy.
making like $500.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of trash. I feel like maybe I'm biased because I would agree that YouTube is good for creators. But I feel like I'm also biased because that's the only thing I'm on.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could be, but there's a reason why that's what you're on.
I wouldn't know. Well, yeah, but like,
There's a reason that's why you're on it.
I'm not one that can like put myself out there.
All right, I'm gonna leave you on neutral.
quite yet, but like I can't sit here and just be making TikToks. Like I'll be like, no, I'm scared.
Okay, here's
So
where
I wouldn't know that TikTok pays that low.
the
TikTok, come on.
two best paying sites for creators right now in terms of money are probably YouTube and Kick.
Interesting. A lot of people have been talking about
I think Kick and YouTube are the best paying sites for creators. Did you see what YouTube just did?
About
Monetization for small channels.
yes.
That's where I'm like,
Let's go, baby. Get me. No, I'm just kidding.
no, seriously though, go subscribe to her, subscribe to me, watch their
Feel like
videos,
almost
get us
there.
up there.
Let's go.
I know I just need watch time, so I'm probably gonna do
Say,
some
with
live
this new
streams
thing,
over
he's
there.
literally almost there.
I'm gonna do some live streams over there, and
Oh yeah, they said that
get
counts.
that up. Yeah, those count.
I saw another tweet saying that live streams count and all this stuff, and I was like, what? Because I
Yeah.
thought about that. I thought about you if you just did, because like you normally would do it on Twitch. If you just moved a couple of those to YouTube, like you could
Yeah,
probably do
I'll probably
really
just do
well.
just chatting streams over there.
Probably
Like
do
I'll do
really
some
well.
like brainstorming sessions, maybe on YouTube
Ooh,
with some people talking stuff.
that's good strategy.
Yeah, that's what I was
Holy.
thinking. But with that being said,
I guess I'll go in between neutral and agree.
with that being said, YouTube always makes changes pro creator in mind, which is why I think they're the best site for creators.
Ooh, that's a fair point.
Even when they got rid of dislikes, who did they say they did that for? A lot of people
The
didn't like it,
creators.
but
So we couldn't see,
think about who didn't like it. The viewers didn't like it.
right?
Well, it's not so because we could still see it. Creators could still see it.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I was
But
like,
they
wait,
got
I
rid
said
of
that
it.
wrong.
They got rid of it so viewers can't see it because viewers were targeting creators.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I said that backwards.
And then who tweeted at me yesterday?
YouTube creator. I
YouTube-
don't know what it was called.
YouTube creator account. The YouTube
On
creator
Twitter.
account. I did not even tag them at all. I just posted my video on to Twitter and I tweeted my video out. Next thing you know, YouTube creators complimented
They
me on a
replied,
video.
yeah.
They complimented me on a video that I didn't think was, my best video,
Insane.
which is honestly awesome because a validation from YouTube themselves is just insane. So with that being said, I don't really see TikTok doing that for their creators like that. I mean, they might. I might not be on there enough,
Okay.
but I don't know. Something about creating content on TikTok is just like,
We came back from Playlist, and I remember sitting in the airport, and I made a TikTok account to like maybe, you know, dabble with it a little bit. I'm too nervous for all that. Like I can't sit here and just make a TikTok by myself. Like I'm a little scaredy cat. But I made a TikTok thinking maybe I'll like do little stuff, little videos, or you would make one, JJ could be in one. I don't know. Thought it'd be fun, but I literally just haven't gotten myself to like go on there. And I feel bad because I feel like I posted it and people actually like sent me videos to just watch. Like, you know, people send like videos back and forth. I haven't been on there and I feel like I have like so many messages of videos that I've missed that people send me and people that followed me that I'm probably not following back because of the fact that I haven't been on there to check it. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Think about it. We also went to play this back in September.
I'm going to say this.
Wait, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 9 months ago.
9 months.
I definitely have not been on TikTok at all. It's probably been a good 8 months since I've been on TikTok. I'm so sorry.
But then she's trying to tell me TikTok is the great place for creators.
I'm not saying because people started on TikTok. Not a lot of people started on YouTube.
Well, all right. So I will not hate on TikTok. TikTok is good because why? There's a low barrier to entry for creating content. Think about YouTube content. What do we have set up right now? We have fancy mic equipment set up. We have fancy cameras set up.
But it's funny because a lot of people actually use this stuff for their TikToks.
Yes, but you don't have to. And a lot of people grow.
But people still do to make them good videos.
Yeah. Well, that's
you can make mediocre videos, I guess. But people do it.
But people blow up.
Green screens, they have lights like this, like they have, I don't know, just to make it a good TikTok. You actually want to know where I've seen a lot of those videos?
Where?
Facebook.
Yeah, that's the place for those.
That's where I see those.
But with TikTok, the thing I was saying about TikTok though is a lot of people, anybody could just make a TikTok quick and blow up.
Okay.
Anybody can, you know, make a funny video real quick that someone can relate to and decides to share it.
Okay.
Anyone can make a video about an experience that they're having and, you know, get it looked at by a ton of people like, yo, rally behind this person and help them out. So I guess it creates a good community and it's good for, you know, people, but I don't necessarily think that TikTok is the best platform for creators right now.
But you're saying you don't need all that for a TikTok post. But I feel like people also say you don't need all that for a a YouTube video either.
You don't, but it comes down to a point where you have to create a YouTube thumbnail that's clickable. You have to then, you know, edit up your video because you can't just post an unedited video on YouTube anymore and expect it to. Some people still do but you can't.
Unedited video.
You can't expect it to do really well without, giving it the proper edits, the proper thumbnail, the proper title. There's a lot more that goes into creating a YouTube video.
Yeah.
But where TikTok is good is you could just kind of jump on there, film with your phone, and post it quick.
I don't know. I'm on the fence.
I'm staying on strongly agree.
I'm staying in
because I just love YouTube, I guess.
I'm staying in between neutral and agree. That's my. I hit the buzzer. That's my final verdict.
All right, question of the week.
So I did a kind of laid back question of the week because I figured all of this was super in depth. If you're playing along in the comments.
That was number 6, by the way.
So my question of the week was just, what kind of music do you listen to?
Yo, don't do that to me.
I put mostly country. I do listen to country music a lot. I'm mostly country, but I can listen to a lot of genres. It kind of depends on the mood. Sometimes I like throwbacks. Sometimes it depends on really what I want to listen to, but I don't know. Sometimes most of my go-to, especially in the summer, is country.
I'm mad at you for this question right now.
Why?
Because my music taste has been all over the place lately.
Mine is too. Mine music taste it depends what playlist I want Spotify to play for me.
I don't really listen to country. That's probably the only thing I don't really listen to.
We could change that.
No, I choose not to listen to country. The reason though I would say my music selection has been all over the place is because I've been paying more attention to like scores on films and like the music they use for films, and a lot of times like a random old school song will hit my mind. Like I was walking around my my kitchen, and I just started singing, you know, that like New York song from Frank Sinatra. And I was like, that's going in my vlog. Boom, right there, made the decision. That was not supposed to be my intro. That was not supposed to be how that video went. But I was like, duh, I have to put that in there. I have to. Because why? Whenever someone thinks New York, what song do they think to play?
They play that at Yankee games.
Which one? The
Frank Sinatra one. They play it when the game's over, like when you're leaving the stadium. That's what they're playing throughout the stadium.
But what song do you hear mostly when you think of
that song?
Really? You hear that song? No, I hear the Jay-Z song most of the time.
Empire State. No. What is it called? Empire
State of Mind.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say, and I was like, that doesn't sound right.
But that song is copyrighted on YouTube. Your video will get blocked. But that song, and then I found a copyright-free hip hop mix, and I was like, yo, that mess is crazy.
Oh, so you blended the two? Is that what you did?
Yes. In that video, I had the hip hop mix on top of the original. And there are points where in my video where I use the original, and then points where I use the hip hop mix. And yeah, that's
dope. I really did like your intro because I remember I was sitting at your computer and you were editing on your laptop on the bed, and I was like, you played it and I was like, is that your video? And I was like, oh my God, that's genius. Like, I loved it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's really where my music taste has been. It's been like, what song is going to help me create a better video? And I walk around and I'm like, oh, I want to use, what's the name of that song? I was thinking of that. I used this for another video too. And I was like, oh, it didn't really fit in as well. And I didn't like it. I used it, but I wasn't like in love with it. Sweet dreams are made of this. So I started using that because I love the beat to that song. So I was just walking around. And I literally got to a point where I blasted it in my car. And a lot of times to hear a song and see if I want to put it in the video, I'll go for a drive, or I'll be on a drive and I'll blast that song while I'm on a drive to hear how it will go in my mind for a video.
That's interesting. I never would have thought of that.
Yeah. So like I'll play it and I'll be like, that would actually sound really cool. And then I'll try to like in my head do a timeline like while I'm driving, which probably is not good. I'll try to do a timeline though in my head of like what would sound good and where can I blend the parts of the song. Oh, I keep hitting the mic. I'm so sorry. But like where could I blend the parts of the song to make the video sound even better? And like I had it where I blended it really well, but it felt a little out of place for that video. And if I could go back, I probably would change this soundtrack a little bit on that. But right now, while I'm not monetized, especially, I'm just taking advantage and using whatever music I really want right now.
Love that.
Yeah. So I said all that to say, I'm like choking on my spit. Oh my gosh. I said all that to say I listen to anything. Hit me up with some songs. Maybe they'll make it to a video. You never know.
Ooh.
Make them a sick beat. And I think mainly like alternative and pop beats right now have been my biggest thing. And Spider-Man really inspired me.
You have been listening to that one a lot.
Metro Boomin really inspired me. And I don't listen to it a lot to just create. I mean, to like create with his music. I don't listen to it for that.
I think it's just to it. Metro with a side.
I listen to
his recent.
Well, that too.
Playlist.
Yeah, Metro's been crazy. He's been all over my playlist between his last album and the Spider-Man. But I listen to it because in my head, I play the scene back where the song was playing, and I see kind of how he worked it into the movie, or how the edits worked it into the movie, the editors, I should say. And it just gives me like, oh, that's how I could do that. That's how I could do that. And I've been on a whole rant, and you only asked me what music I've been listening to. I'm so sorry, guys. That's just the dark side of editing with Julian. Welcome. Anyway. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Let us know in the comments what you've been listening to.
Let us know if you played along.
And let us know if you enjoyed that rant. Any of the rant.
Yeah. But we're out of here.
Keep grinding. Keep chasing your dreams. And remember, nothing worth having because easy. We out, man. Peace.